Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Nhl Dfs slate for Tuesday, March 21st. We got ourselves a massive 13-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays, and then we'll wrap up today's video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals, where you can see 10 of these games are coming in with an implied total of 6.5 goals, and then 3 games they're coming in at 6 goals even. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds, where you can see each team who's favored to win tonight. And then here's a schedule update. Again, a video here today, Thursday, and Friday, but nothing for Wednesday as we have ourselves just a 2-game NHL slate. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight. Now, obviously, with 13 different games going on here tonight, 26 different teams, there's a lot to love about this slate in general. But one line that I really liked here was that first line for the Dallas Stars. We got Hint centering Robertson and Pavelski. It's been very rare that this line has underperformed, not only this year, but the year before as well. There's a lot of chemistry between these three. One of the best lines in hockey, very strongly correlated as well with all three of these guys playing up on the #1 power play. In just their past 10 games, these three have combined for 19 goals, 23 assists, 42 points, averaging over 4 points per game, and got a good matchup here tonight at home to build on that against the Seattle Kraken, who aren't playing their best hockey right now. In their past 5 games, this team has given up 4.20 goals per game, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 71.5% rate. And then a cheaper line stack that I like here tonight was that second line for the Boston Bruins. We got Krejci centering Zacha and Pastrnak. Obviously, Pasta is very expensive, but these other two guys being in the low 4K range kind of evens this out pretty nicely. The Bruins got a good spot here tonight at home against the Ottawa Senators, who are not only playing on back-to-back nights on the road, but this is a team that's just really struggled in general as of late, having allowed 4.33 goals per game in their last 6 games, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 75% rate. You'll see Krejci and Zacha down on the #2 power play. Pasta plays up on the #1 power play, but these guys do log solid minutes together, 5-on-5. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, I am running that Discord channel too. Great group of people in there talking hockey and prize picks. If you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. Now again, with 13 different games here tonight, 26 different teams to choose from. Obviously, a lot to love about the forward position. I'm highlighting guys here that I thought were offering some nice value at their price, considering the matchup. Towards the top of the forward position, I like Jordan Kyrou of the St. Louis Blues. Plays up on the first line in #1 power play. Trending very well here as of late with 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points in his past 10 games. Averaging around 4 shots on net per game. You can see he scored a hat-trick a handful of games ago as well. He's someone who has a really nice ceiling, especially in a matchup like this against the Detroit Red Wings, who aren't playing their best hockey right now, having allowed 3.60 goals per game over their past 5 games. Plus, the Red Wings are playing on back-to-back nights after having lost 5-2 to the Florida Panthers last night. I then got Mark Scheifele there of the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Jets in general not playing their best hockey, but this seems like a must-win game at home tonight against the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I know the Coyotes have actually played some good hockey themselves here as of late, but they've really struggled on the road in general this year. At home, they have a record of 20-11-3. Compared to on the road, they're just 7-21-8. And we know this is a team that does struggle defensively. They've just been scoring goals at a higher rate as of late. They've allowed 3.44 goals per game this season. That's the 9th most in the NHL, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 76% rate. And that Coyotes team is not afraid to take penalties, having taken the 2nd most minor penalties in the league this year. Now we're going to see Scheifele play up on the first line in #1 power play, and actually 33% of his production this year has come on the power play, racking up 19 of his 61 points there. You can see in his past 10 games, he's put up 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Like I said, the Jets not playing their best hockey as of late, but Scheifele is a guy that can meet 4 or 5x value at his current price of $6,200. Next is Sam Reinhart of the Florida Panthers. Now, we saw him get bumped up to that first line last night with Barkov and Luosterainen. He also plays on the number 1 power play and just so happens to be riding a 5-game point streak right now where he's putting up some really nice numbers. You can see in his last 5 games, he's racked up 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. 3 of those goals coming on the power play while averaging over 3 shots on net per game. Has a good matchup to build on that here tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers, who are not playing good hockey right now, and their last 5 games are just 1-3-1, having allowed 3.60 goals per game, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 59% rate. Another 5K forward play that stuck out to me was Brandon Hagel of the Tampa Bay Lightning, back up on that first line in number 1 power play for them, playing with Point and Kucherov. So much upside when you're playing with those 2 forwards, especially considering this price here of $5,200, and the matchup tonight against the Montreal Canadiens, who are also another team that have struggled defensively all year long. That's especially as of late here. In their past 6 games, they're just 1-4-1, having allowed 5.33 goals per game, with a penalty kill that's hit at a 47% rate. Teams in their last 5 games are scoring on more than half of their opportunities. No reason to think that Tampa can't do that. You can see Hagel here in his past 6 games. He's racked up 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Really like to see those numbers, especially considering his price. I then got TJ Oshie there of the Washington Capitals, who's also sitting in a nice home matchup tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are actually legitimately the worst team in the NHL if we look at the league standings. They're not trending well here as of late either. If you thought the Montreal Canadiens were bad, allowing 5.33 goals per game over their past 6, the Blue Jackets have been even worse, allowing 5.60 goals per game in their past 5, with a penalty kill that's hit at a 75% rate. We take a look at Oshie's numbers here in his past 10, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Really like to see that. I'm not entirely sure where he's going to play 5-on-5 here tonight, being that Kuznetsov did get injured last game. It sounds like he's day-to-day. Either way, Oshie should play his normal minutes here tonight and still see time on that number 1 power play. Now, I probably should have just highlighted these guys together, but Jacob Vrana, the St. Louis Blues too, playing with Kyrou up on that first line in number 1 power play. Talked about that matchup against Detroit already, and Vrana is starting to find his game here again with the Blues. You can see he's now racked up 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points in his past 6 games, and sitting at a really nice price tag here tonight. Now, moving over here to the defensemen. Again, 13 games, 26 different teams to choose from. There's some nice top-tier defensemen on this slate, but outside of paying out for Morrissey and Heiskanen, really don't have a lot of interest in spending up at the defenseman position because I'm finding most of the value below $5,000. Now, both of these guys are sitting in really good matchups at home here tonight, but this 4K range here with Lindholm, who just got promoted to the number 1 power play for the Bruins, Sandin of the Washington Capitals in a good matchup against the Blue Jackets, and Valimaki against the Winnipeg Jets, who's playing lights-out hockey for the Arizona Coyotes right now. I'm actually surprised that he's still priced here in the mid 4K range. He's racked up 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points here in his past 10 games. Would like him to shoot the puck a little bit more, and we've kind of seen that here as of late, but he's also not afraid to block shots either, having 25 in his last 10 games. All of these numbers have translated to him, averaging 13 DraftKings points per game over his past 10. Again, no reason that he should be priced at $4,500. Now, kind of a rare sight here at the goaltender position. I usually do not highlight for goalies, but being that there are 13 different games here tonight, I wanted to highlight the top 4 that stuck out to me. Now, if I'm spending up here tonight, Linus Ullmark makes sense. He's been the best goaltender in the NHL all year long. Plus, the Bruins are sitting at minus 295 on the money line. Jake Onger at $7,600. He's not playing his best hockey right now, but the Dallas Stars are still winning games, and he's someone who has really nice upside, one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. So at $7,600, I don't mind that price at all. Now, Hofer or Hofer there, however you pronounce it, has only played 2 games for the Blues this year, but he has been lights out in both of those starts. And then Shesty there, I thought he was a little too cheap, albeit a tough matchup against the Carolina Hurricanes. He's looked very good in his last 4 starts. And as always, going to wrap up the spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy got there is Ida Luosterainen of the Florida Panthers. Name dropped him earlier, playing up on that first line right now with Barkov and Reinhart. And that's a good opportunity play at this price at $3,200, especially considering he gets time on that number 2 power play as well. He's racked up 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points here in his past 10 games, but as someone who offers 20-plus DraftKings point upside, again, considering who he's playing with, and he's got a great matchup to do so here tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers. Next is Cody Glass of the Nashville Predators, plays up on the first line in number 1 power play, has shown some nice upside here as of late. He's hit 11.8 DraftKings points in 2 of his last 7 games, 15.6 and 20.5, so 4 of those last 7 games he's had some really nice upside, again considering that price of $3,700. And then Wyatt Johnston there, the Dallas Stars, plays on the second line in number 2 power play. Playing well himself here as of late, with 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points in his last 10 games, averaging 11.2 DraftKings points per game, and he's riding a 4-game goal streak right now as well. And then to wrap up this video here, want to talk a little prize picks with you guys. Now, Tuesdays are usually the best days for prize picks, especially on the NHL side of things, especially here tonight when we got 13 different games to choose from. Plus, we should have a taco pick coming out for the NHL at some point this afternoon. Normal strategy here, I'm going to wait for all the picks to come out, and then I'll do my research, letting you know my final picks in a comment below on this video, and I'll be sure to pin that comment as well. Don't forget, I am posting those picks in my Discord channel too, and if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. Now, if you have not signed up for Prize Picks yet, but you want to get in on this action, especially on this beautiful Tuesday, when we got 13 different games to choose from in discounted picks with the taco picks, I got a promo code that you should definitely take advantage of when you do sign up. When you sign up, use my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF, and Prize Picks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit. Now, you don't have to put $100 in. If you want to put in 50, they'll match that 50. If you want to put in 20, they'll match that 20. Again, they'll match anything up to $100 as long as you're using my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF upon signing up. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 13-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.